life is what you make it. My shit been amazing. I can't see a way out. I've been stacking face down off canvases I painted. I just spent the rain day on shit I can't afford, but that's the price I pay for the memories I'm making. I've been going places. I've been shaking hands for a chance to really make it. This life is so abrasive.
Hey everybody, this is your girl Fifi, and welcome back to another live stream, also known as Felicia Michelle from Life as Felicia Michelle. For those that don't know me, I'm a mom of 5, aka including 2 sets of twins. And this is this channel here, we do anything, talk about everything, and we may get in our feelings sometimes. Okay, don't mind the cutting the grass in the background because the hubby decided to cut the grass. Okay, but welcome everyone coming in. What it do, Mr. Wise? Hold on, let me scroll up. I ain't know all them everybody up in here already. I see you. Hey Lori, thank you for coming in. Thank you, Lily from the House of Bling. Thank you for coming in. That's me. Don't forget to follow me on all social media sites: Instagram, Facebook. I was on Twitter, but I forgot my Twitter password. But I'm gonna fix that, okay? But yeah, just follow me. What it do, Felita? How are you? Hey, Raymond. Hey, Mr. Wise. Today's topic is an open discussion. I will drop the link in the chat for those that is decided to want to come in and speak and give your input on what happened yesterday in yesterday's court dealing with George Floyd. I was in somebody else's live stream yesterday, okay? And they stated that it was justice for the courts to find the man guilty, the killer. I feel like justice has not yet to be served. Yes, it's accountability of finally we need to let these people know that, hey, our lives matter and the killing needs to stop. The selfishness killing needs to stop. Welcome up to the stream is Mr. Wise. Hold on just 1 second. Hey, Mr. Wise, how are you?
What's good? What's good?
And when they say it was like a justice, I don't think justice has been served just yet. But finally, we got accountability. Finally, we holding him accountable for his actions of what he done without for that senseless murder that he did against George Floyd. Not only after that incident, after the court hearing, it was another incident right after with a 16-year-old girl being killed by another police officer, and I will show that video later on during this live stream.
Mm-hmm. Like what this what this court case really reminds me of?
What it remind you of?
That movie Training Day. I don't know if you ever seen it.
Yeah, but we all know Training Day. We got what's that famous actor that everybody like, Denzel Washington?
Yep, Denzel Washington. Because Training Days has been out for a long time, and I think that people are really now seeing what like what's really going on, because people are getting more aware of what's going on. Stuff like this has been happening like way later on, like since the beginning of police days and stuff like that. And because of technology, you can record things, and you can do a lot of other things that make people more aware of it.
And especially the body cams now that they have now, which make it more for the courts to be aware of it. If it wasn't for those body cams, it wasn't. If it wasn't for the people that were standing by recording, this man could have got off free once again, just like them other times at the time of court hearings, people are not being held accountable for their actions. But
Like, and plus, there's a lot of stuff that goes off the record too. A lot. Like, like like you'll be surprised at how much stuff goes off the record.
right,
Just think about it. Just think about all the deaths in crooked things that go off the record. That's people are not uh getting getting ahead. I mean, putting out there in the public. Those things needs to be out in public because people deserve to know.
exactly. Hey, Zero the Infinite, thank you for coming in and thank you. Yes, I agree with you. What you're saying. Now my question is, since he is being held accountable of his actions, do you think the police brutality will ever stop? Because look at the right after the hearing, we have another
I think
incident.
it will stop eventually because it's because people are beginning to see with their own eyes uh like, and then it's getting into like a main point into like people are gonna be like, oh, okay, so if I do this, this is gonna happen. I'm gonna get humiliated in front of the whole entire world and stuff like that. Maybe I should stop doing what I'm doing.
Hmm.
Like, instead of just saying, oh, okay, I can do this and I can get away with it just because I'm a cop.
Right, and that's been going on for years.
Yeah. And now that they have body proof and stuff like that, they're gonna be like, oh crap, I can actually get caught doing this. I can't
Mhm.
escape just from being a cop. I'll have to do something else instead. You gotta think about those things.
Right.
Like,
Felita
so
says
I think it
the look
will
on his
stop.
face. Right, the look on his face when the verdict was read was priceless for me.
Yeah. That was, oh man, he was like, God damn it.
And matter of fact, did you see the look on his face when he had his knees on top of George Floyd compared to his face in court? Now
Hmm.
compare the two.
Yeah.
He thought he was about to get off scot free, and then
Yeah.
and nothing's gonna happen to him because he feel like he had the privileges. Okay, but those was revoked.
Like,
He
and I
had a
don't even.
check yesterday. Okay,
Like, think with the thing I think about, like, racism. It's not really about being the skin color and stuff. I think I just feel like that they don't really understand what we are,
right,
and they don't like, and they don't give us time enough to even prove ourselves
right. But also, it starts from where though?
because they
It starts with
hate
us, right?
us. No, no, no. It starts with them because
No, because
they
look,
need to
that's why I said it
like
starts with us because we hating on our own kind to this day.
and
Just
that's
the other
bad
day
too.
ago,
Yeah, that's sad.
a father was in the drive-through line about to go to McDonald's with his 7-year-old daughter, and they got gunned down. The daughter dead. We don't know if the father survived from it or not because of what he done caused him to be in a position for his daughter to be deceased over a senseless crime of people shooting at him for whatever he did. The hate had to stop within us. We hating our own kind. Now, like you said, it
Like,
doesn't have
in
to do with color because the white people they hate on each other. Black people hating on each other. It's the hate on hate crime. Like when is that going?
yeah,
Once that
yeah.
stops,
I don't.
that's gonna prove them like okay, they like claim we out here claiming Black Lives Matter, but we don't we don't shout that out when we do killings on our own people. You know what I'm saying? Like when is that gonna stop?
Yeah. Now that's gonna take a lot of time because
My shirt big, y'all.
because oh wow.
This a 3X shirt. Now I'm in 2X. So I gotta get some.
Look at you. Oh, look at you losing weight and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Getting on your journey.
Right. Felita said, not even an hour after the verdict, another black child life was taken. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this too. He was
Yeah,
arrogant
it is.
on his tips and all. Exactly. I'm glad that found him guilty because I was terrified that my city was going to burn to the ground. Exactly. And see, I wish Felita can come up and tell her side
Like,
of
to
the
be
story, because
honest,
she's there. She's going. They're going through it. Imagine if the verdict would say different, like not guilty, not guilty. Then what?
I was an open shut case, to be honest.
Right.
Because there's no way it couldn't have it couldn't have ended differently. Like there was just no way. But but if that did happen, the whole entire we would lose trust in so many police officers. So many of the good cops, they would have suffered too.
Mm-hmm.
And the judges, our government would have just fell apart.
Right.
And we're supposed to be able to trust the government, but I'm glad
I'm
that
glad you said that.
they did that.
I'm right, and I'm glad you said we're supposed to be able to have confidence and trust into the government. Like when we should be able to call them when we need help or for protection or whatever. Not call them to get protection, but we turn around getting killed throughout the moment because they thinking that we the person is causing the problem, but they not taking the time out to analyze the situation first before shooting. You know what I'm saying? People call the laws for help. But by them having a gun in their
Yeah,
hand, they thinking they the problem, so they gun them down and ask questions later. Like when
yeah.
is that gonna stop? You see what I'm saying? Analyze the situation first and then get down to the nitty gritty, especially for a 16-year-old with a child 16-year-old. Matter of fact, would y'all would like to see the video first before we get our commentary on it? Because it's literally 2 hours ago. Well, 2 hours ago since I seen it. I didn't see the whole video, but it's probably 4 hours now since it's been aired already. But recently, a
That's
child
because he
get
had
murdered.
hate, because he was a part of, I think he did that just to send a message like, nah, man, this stuff is not gonna stop just because y'all did it.
Mm,
I mean, I think that's the message that he was trying to make.
mm. Okay.
That's what I think.
All right, Felita. Thank you, Zero. Let's take a look at this video first, then we'll go on further down to our commentary. So let me share screen real quick.
All right, bet.
And hold on.
I just love that profile picture.
Thank you. I forgot I gotta unmute myself so y'all can be able to hear the video. Hold on. Let me see if it shows this way. Now, are y'all able to see it now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
City of Columbus. Horrible, heartbreaking situation. The city of Columbus lost a 15-year-old girl today.
We are following developing news this morning. Police have released body camera video of the moments that an officer shot and killed a teenage girl. Here is what we know about this incident. Police responded to a report of a stabbing on Legion Lane that came in around 4:30 yesterday afternoon. There were gunshots reported just 15 minutes later. Investigators say that 16-year-old Micaiah Bryant was shot by an officer and then
Was shot by an officer, 16-year-old girl at that. So keep that in mind, a 16-year-old girl.
taken to Mount Carmel East Hospital in critical condition. She died at the hospital a short time later. The officer who fired the gun, is off the streets this morning as the Attorney General investigates.
And 11 seconds, that is the amount of time that elapsed between police arriving to that 911 call and what appears to be 4 shots fired by that officer. Karina Chung takes us frame by frame through the video from the officer's body camera in real time and slowed down so we can understand it better.
4:44 p.m. That's the moment officers arrived to Legion Lane off Chatterson Road in East Columbus. The officer, who hasn't been identified, arrives and you can hear him ask what's going on.
So accordingly, okay, so far, they will call because it was a stabbing situation, right? Apparently the girl had a knife or whatever, and they was called for help. So let's continue on. You know, we got to stop every 30 seconds. You know how YouTube is.
You don't hear him on the body cam video identify himself as a police officer. Now take a look at the girl in the black shirt near the car closest to the garage. That's Micaiah Bryant. This is 6 seconds into the body camera video. It appears she lunges at one of the other girls, pushing her to the ground. The officer then pulls out his gun and shouts to get down. Bryant then gets up and approaches a second girl in pink. You can see Bryant pulls back her own.
OMG.
Yo. Damn, I can kind of see why. But
though, look, okay, maybe is he the only officer there on the spot? Is there another officer there on the spot? Because I see random people here, for one, a grown man in the way, and other people, and one girl just have a nice and just out there slashing. But he also has a taser gun, right? But his first instinct is to pull a gun, not a taser gun, a gun. Let's continue on with this video.
Own arm, and it appears she has a knife in her right hand. The officer fires his gun. That's 11 seconds after he arrived at the scene. Moments after the shots were fired, you can hear the officer say, The body camera video shows officers go to Bryant's side and check for injuries after she falls against the lighter car.
Oh, wow. So they must have came later, and then everybody said she has a gun. But my thing is, nobody was trying to stop her from stabbing the girl. But my thing is, these officers don't think what they have taser guns for.
he didn't have a taser on him.
I'm quite sure he had a taser, but I think every officer has a taser or something on them. But he decides to pull out the camera. Let's rewind that back a little bit so we can get a better view of that. I don't know if y'all want to go ahead and do that, but here goes the beginning.
The officer then pulls out his gun and shouts to get down. Bryant then gets up and approaches.
And then he warns her.
In pink. You can see Bryant pulls back her own arm, and it appears she has a knife in her right hand. The officer fires his gun. That's 11 seconds after he arrived at the scene. Moments after the shots were fired, you can hear the officer say, The body camera video shows officers go to Bryant's side and check for injuries after she falls against the lighter car. Local for you, Karina Chung, NBC4.
What y'all think on that? Let me see what they saying on here. Hold on.
City leaders and the interim police chief are now weighing in on the shooting. They are asking for calm and peace just hours after that 16-year-old was shot. Hattie Hawks is joining us now with what officers say led up to the shooting and what will happen next. Hattie?
Monica, good morning. There will be a criminal investigation into this case. The mayor pledging transparency during the entire process, and the interim police chief releasing that video saying that that's why they wanted to do it, even though it was not a technically thorough account of exactly what happened. So if there is more video and when there is more information, they say that they will.
My thing is, first of all, that grown man onto the right. Y'all see that big old man with the packets? He up there, was he kicking the other girl at the bottom?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And you have this commotion on to the left. As I see two girls on the left, one in pink, one with the knife, and the girl with the knife is about to get ready to stab. So
getting ready to do bodily harm against her, like getting ready to murder her.
Right. And my thing is, he must be the only cop on the scene at the time before the other people had came to be a part on the scene. But my question is, don't every officers have? She's a
Not
16-year-old
every
girl. She's a
officer
big
have
girl
that.
at that. But don't every officer has a taser gun before going to measures and pulling out a gun? I could see she had a gun. Then yeah, put your gun out and shoot first. But she has a whole knife. You see what I'm
Like,
saying?
yeah, but look at it this way. This how security officers are taught. Like, if you see a knife, try and calm down the situation. Because if somebody has a knife and and they're about to stab somebody, you always shoot to kill.
Let's continue on with the video before we end this video. We could talk a little bit more.
We'll be releasing that. The mayor asking everyone, as you mentioned, to pray for peace. And if there is anyone out there with information, they should share with the proper authorities. As the community grieves, a major investigation now on the use of force is underway.
Deadly force can be used to protect yourself or the protection of a third person.
Yes.
So is it within the policy, and that is within the law.
You said it.
Yeah, I told you.
That's what the law says. Whether this complies with that will be part of that investigation.
BCI is conducting the criminal
I know by law.
investigation. After that is complete, then the Columbus Police Department will do an administrative investigation. During both of those, that police officer will remain off the streets until those investigations are complete. Local for you at CPD headquarters, Hattie Hawks, NBC4.
Hattie, thank you. Several dozen people filled the neighborhood last night, venting their frustrations to our cameras while also demanding answers from police. Some of those were family members of the 16-year-old who were angry about how police handled the 911 call. It was a similar scene downtown.
See, look, y'all see, this is what I'm talking about, though. I think this is a different situation than the George Floyd situation, for one. Hey,
Yeah, it is.
coming in.
It really is.
Hey, Leah, how are you? I think it's a totally different situation.
It is a totally different situation. Because that one right there didn't even wasn't even accountable for any black lives.
Right.
Stuff like that. It could have been a white person doing the same thing, and then they would have still got treated the exact same way.
Well, I don't know about that because I
agree
crazy
with that.
videos.
Because
People
I've seen it before.
I seen people took over a cop car and they even thought twice to shoot. They didn't even shoot at the person when it was the other way around. But I get what you're saying. Hold on, I'm finna read it.
Where protesters gathered outside of Columbus Police headquarters before making their way to the Ohio State House.
We're dealing with a predator.
Okay, hold on. Let me exit this app.
City of Columbus. Horrible.
Okay.
Heartbreaking.
All right, y'all. We back. Okay. Hey, Silly Mama for life. She said in Chicago they were taught to shoot to kill in that situation, like Mr. Wise said. The girl, I didn't see the lady cop. He wasn't the only cop there. He shot her. The two officers running right after her, right at her. But I seen that a little bit later on when after he shot her, I seen two other officers in white that came in to address the situation. So,
Like that was right after though.
that's right after it happened. But
Yeah.
right before he shot the girl had the knife. I only seen him at the scene. I don't even see
He was
another officer.
he was the only one up there.
Right. And so I get it. It's a stand your ground situation.
Yeah.
I don't think this situation is compared to George Floyd's situation. But I don't understand why would he choose to use a gun instead of a taser gun. A taser gun would have got that girl up out of there. Ain't like she had a firearm in her hands.
Like just think about it. If she had if he
tased her.
Like just think about it. If he tased her, like electricity is going through your body. And if that if that knife had ended up in the girl, that electricity would have killed her went to the victim as well. You gotta think about that.
Even him shooting her could have did the same thing towards other
Mm-mm.
people. You have to check your chances. Latanya said they keep talking about this girl with a knife, but Kyle killed 2 people and he freely was able to walk the streets. Now let that sink in and sit in for a little bit. But my thing is, the man that shot the 16-year-old girl is a grown man. He's a trained officer. And
Like it doesn't matter. Like it doesn't matter how trained you are. It doesn't matter.
right, but he could have handled the situation a little bit better. I would have football handled her with the knife and all, or tase her till she got to the ground. Because once you tase, you can't. You be stuck. You be jigging. You won't be able to get the jig into the person because you like you said, electricity shot would be shocking you. It wouldn't even the knife wouldn't even made it to the person yet. Cause you focus on this taser getting it's on me. But he just shot the girl.
Like and then at a moment's notice, you don't really know what's going on. Like that's with any officer, rookie or not.
Right, every officer has a taser though, and the girl was clearly distracted fighting the girl. Right. I think my thing is he could have really handled the situation a little bit better. My honest opinion. I felt like the gun was inappropriate at the time because only if she had a gun, then yeah, by all means. But by the law, like I said, stand your ground law. That's stupid because she had a knife. And even though she's a good, healthy size or whatever, but I feel that officer could have still took her down. If they claimed there was other officers at the scene, they could have took her down. You see what I'm saying? The gun was unnecessary.
The gun wasn't unnecessary because he even warned her. He said, because if you can avoid conflict, do that.
Right, but he didn't.
Have to.
He chose what first. Shoot first, ask questions later.
Because you can't. Because for one, you can't
exactly,
really.
She would have dropped the knife as soon as she got tased. Quick.
I don't think so.
Well, we done seen it before. People getting tased before. People get tased. What will happen when you get tased? Your knees will drop to the ground first, right? You will drop down first. So, in your mind,
I've seen people still moving. I've seen people still moving, even if they got tased. I've seen this happen.
Yeah, I'm talking about overgrown man. I've seen it happen too, but she's a 16-year-old girl. Her body ain't fit for no taser. You see what I'm saying?
Plus she was slashing. He got to protect his own life and theirs too.
Right, the electric current is paralyzing. But some people, like Mr. White was saying, older people, grown people, body can handle it. You know what I'm saying? Hold on, we have Lily on the stream.
They can't really handle.
Hey, hi y'all.
Hey, what's good?
Hey, Mr. Wise. Hey, everybody down there. Y'all look so short. I'm just playing.
Oh wow.
I'm just playing, y'all. This ain't funny.
You good?
I gotta get it together.
Yeah, she was short though.
Yeah, she on the middle of fighting. You think she heard that man go somewhere? Yeah, she didn't. Exactly. Because the man did say what he said. I forgot what he said. But when your mind is on 10 and your blood is rushing on 10, and all you have right now is pure anger and hatred, and you're gonna do any means necessary to eliminate your enemy, to eliminate the person that's causing harm to you. At the time, that 6-year-old girl wasn't thinking. She was in red. She wasn't hearing what the officer was saying.
Yeah, she was in red.
Need to drop the knife gun. She was willing to hurt anybody that was hurting her at the time being. So by him saying what
Exactly.
he's saying, she wasn't listening. She wasn't hearing what she was saying. If he would have just tased the girl, that would have got her attention quick, fast, and her. She would have dropped down on the ground, and they could have arrested her. And them two officers that came afterwards, or that was there right in the midst of it that we didn't see in the first beginning, they could have football hurt her or something like that. It was possible a way for them to get rid of that knife out of her hand, but they choose the
Like,
gun.
but it didn't happen that way though.
I agree, Felicia. I agree. I think because that girl was already distracted from by fighting that other girl trying to stab her, right? So why couldn't that
And
officer?
and you seen the way that she was about to just
Well, hold on.
end
Hear me
her
out.
life.
But wait a minute. Hear me out. I got it. I got you, Mr. Wise. I got what you're saying, right? Hear me
Mhm.
out. What I'm saying
Okay.
is, if the girl was already charging at the other girl to fight her, to stab her, if by her doing that, she's distracted already from the rip. She's distracted. So why couldn't that officer come from another angle and tase her in her leg or anything?
Mm-hmm.
It didn't necessarily have to
Like
hit the other person by tasing her in her leg. It didn't necessarily have to touch her, go through her. He could have tased her in her leg. She would have automatically dropped that knife,
because we're
even
not
if the
trained
knife would have got in her a little
like
bit. She wouldn't
because
have
here's the
lost.
thing too.
Her life wouldn't have been lost.
Because here's the thing too. You have to always hit hit a area that you will always be able to target. Even if you are scared, you have to always hit the chest area, because hitting the arms, the legs, and all that other stuff, you can't do that when you're scared or in a in a disarray or trying to incapacitate somebody. You can't do that.
But the thing is, if he was scared, then that's not the job he should be in a position then, right?
Every
Exactly.
Like,
And
cop,
what's
I
the
agree with
danger?
every
Lori.
cop is
I
scared.
agree with Lori down here. Lori is saying anyone ever been used, anyone ever used a tens, because it does. It feel like a taser. Be, Trust me, I use one. I own one from, because my kids was in the sports, so I have one.
My
And
mom has been
those
in one.
things tases you. It that electrical, that electrolytes or whatever that is, it goes hit you just like a taser. So he could have hit that girl with that taser gun.
But they train you to hit a person where you're where where damage is the most effective, and the surface area is you will always hit your target, and that's the chest area. You
So you saying
can't
they are trained to shoot first to get rid of the target area. So what's the point of having tasers? So why is we paying them to have tasers, these new cars, these new
you can
rides,
even
these new
have the
things, and
taser too,
they
but the
train to shoot
taser
first.
is gonna hit um uh uh because
They even got robo dogs now.
because
No,
look at this,
I think I
look at
think
this.
he could have tased that
If
girl
there
in
was
her leg or anything, and he
no
would have
no no
aimed
no
to hit her leg.
no, that's not
I
even
love a
what
good
they're
debate.
trained to do. That's not what they're trained to do.
What are they trained to?
They're
Okay, so
they're
you
not
mean to
trained
tell
to
me
hit
they
a
trained to
certain
use a
target.
taser to harm
Because
you,
look at
to
it this way
completely
too.
harm
She
you?
has on clothes.
What that mean?
She has on
That has enough
clothes.
current.
Okay, look.
She
I
has
see what
on
he's saying.
clothes
She
and
had on
stuff.
pants and a shirt, but her backside
It was
was
out.
out.
Her
Her
side was
butt
out.
was out. So he could just shot if he was a good aim, like he's a good aim at shooting. He will have no problem hitting her in her back
Exactly.
on the flesh room part.
Her
No
Like
side.
it,
problem.
Exactly.
like let's look at that video again. Because if you're enraged, you can't do that. That's not how the world works. It's not how you see it on the movies.
Okay, we're about to look at it one more. We're gonna look at it again. Matter of fact, let me pull it up, but y'all can continue.
Like, and then if you're swinging, you're not gonna always hit that target when you're like when you're in motion and stuff. That's why they always like look at it this way. Like
But you just
if a
said that
person
they
City of
aim, they're
Columbus.
trained to shoot and the
Horrible.
target. They
From
hit
the
yes
officer.
at the chest target at the chest
No.
like and not the arms because
Lori said
you
it
will
actually didn't
miss
go through clothes. And we
because
need to
I
you
find
know
will
it goes
miss
the
through
video
clothes.
on YouTube
because you
going
will
through
miss.
clothes to prove a point. But hold on, let's go ahead and look at this video one more time, y'all, to get a better understanding.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it up right now.
Okay, hold on, y'all. I gotta go to work.
Oh dang.
Dang it. All right, but I'll be back up here though. Like
Okay.
if y'all still on here.
Okay. All right. Enjoy your work day.
All right. Thank you.
Body camera in real time and slowed down so we can understand it better.
4:44 p.m. That's the moment officers arrived to Legion Lane off Chatterson Road in East Columbus.
Okay, you see that one officer coming out. Do you see any other officers? Yes or no? Type it in the chat. You see any, Lily?
I don't. I thought
Okay.
that the Caucasian person that was on the left.
She just another bystander. Part of a
Okay.
situation,
All right.
The officer, who hasn't been identified, arrives and you can hear him ask what's going on. You don't hear him on the body cam video identify himself as a police officer.
Is that a white shirt he had on?
Who, the officer?
Yeah.
I think they in white.
Cause you know their uniforms. If you in a white shirt, usually you're higher rank. So why is he not going for his taser first?
Right. And let me back it back a little bit because the way he approached. Okay, I guess all that's people that's standing by. The girl in the black, that's a bystander. So she does has a police officer uniform. So she's not a part of the force.
Right. Got you.
Sir. Now take a look at the girl in the black shirt near the car closest to.
So it looked like the fight broke out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it looked like the girl that had the knife was defending herself. Is that the girl with the knife?
To the garage. That's Micaiah Bryant. This is 6 seconds into the body camera video. It appears she lunges at one of the other girls.
Oh no, the girl. Okay, she the one who started it. All right. Now we're getting somewhere. So she lunged at one of the girls. The girl fell on the ground.
Wait a minute. Who started it?
The girl with the knife. Let me go back a little bit.
Okay.
There she go right here.
Mm-hmm.
You see my own. I don't know if you see my first.
This is 6 seconds into the body camera video. It appears she lunges at one of the other girls, pushing her to the ground. The officer then pulls out his gun and shouts to get down.
You saw that little piece of meat.
He didn't have to do that.
He didn't.
He didn't have to do that. That's not your first. That's not your initial. He didn't even have to touch that firearm.
That's the first thing to do. That's what I'm saying. You mean to tell me they was trained to shoot first and ask questions later? What's the point of the taser then?
That's exactly what that was. Because if this girl pushed her on the ground and he's pulling out his firearm, now while she's on the ground, he had enough time to go up and get in between them two to tell this girl to stop it.
Mm-hmm. He could have been stopped
and
it, but
be able to pull that taser out to tase her even at that moment.
Right.
So
he could have been stopped. He waited
up against that girl in the pink. He could have did it right there and there.
Let's look at that part again.
This is 6 seconds into the body camera video. It appears she lunges at one of the other girls, pushing her to the ground.
He had enough time to run over there and knock her
there next to her.
The officer then pulls out his gun and shouts to get down. Bryant then gets,
and she about to get ready. You shouting to get down.
Was,
you know she can't hear you.
Yeah, she was close enough to almost grab his firearm.
Right.
The girl on the ground. So you mean to tell me you couldn't get to that girl? Nah. Nope, I ain't buying it.
Hey, Dom, how are you? Thank you for coming in.
Oh, I'm not even in the
Well,
chat. Hey,
I
Dom.
thought she was being jumped by 2 girls, I heard. That's what the call said. I could be wrong. Oh.
Up and approaches a second girl in pink. You can see Bryant pulls back.
So she must have felt threatened because I see the first girl, she must have had an issue with them 2 girls all of a sudden because she takes her.
But the thing is, the boy, this guy right here had that other girl under control by kicking her away from her. Why couldn't she just fight her without that gun? I mean, without that knife.
With that knife, right.
And
now look
the officer could have been, approached her before she even got to the girl in the pink.
Exactly. So at this point right here, a taser gun could have been. You see how open her meat is in the back on the side of her love handles.
Yeah.
A taser gun could have hit right there, or her arm, her neck.
But that taser would have went through her clothes.
It would have went because her clothes are so thin in the shirt. And the jeans is skin tight. It would have penetrated her.
Oh, it would have. And it would have did less damage, but made her drop that knife.
Lori said he definitely could have taken her down. Most definitely.
Her own arm, and it appears she has a knife in her right hand. The officer fires his gun. That's 11 seconds after he arrived at the scene. Moments after the shots were fired, you can hear the officer say, "She had a knife, she just went at her."
She had a knife, she just went at her. Look, you see how the way he responded, like you second guessing your own thoughts to make the neighbors to be pleased of the decision that you made. So you try to make them feel like she had a knife. Anything could have happened, you guys. I had to stop her. A 16-year-old little girl,
right?
Even though she's a thick one, but she still could have been taken down by you if you wouldn't have been lazy. It took you 5 seconds to took your gun out your latch, but you decided to shoot her instead of try to take it down to eliminate the situation. But this
right, and my thing is too. Your taser is closer to you than reaching for your firearm. Your taser is in the front of you, and your firearm is on the side of you. So why couldn't you reach for that taser before you reach for your firearm?
And now they want to use that saying stand your ground. And guess what? Look like he's about to get off scot-free because of that.
The body camera video shows officers go to Bryant's side and check for injuries after she falls against the lighter car. Local for you, Karina Chung, NBC4.
Look at that. See, I don't care what nobody says. They could have been easily took her down. It could have easily took her down. No regards for Black Lives, period.
Yeah, that I no.
Right,
I would agree with that. He could have got to that girl clearly with that taser.
Seriously, need more training, right, Lori? We need more training. Not we, but they need more training.
No,
my thing is this.
They just choose to do what they choose to do.
But my thing is this. Of course, in that profession, of course, you will be scared. But if you're too scared enough to be in that position, then why even go for that position? Because a lot of scary people tend to draw guns first without eliminating the situation. Unless they have a gun at you, then by all means, I hope you don't sit there like a fool and not shoot back when they got a gun. But in this situation, the girl is 16 years old with a knife. And the body cam within 5-6 seconds later, he pulled out of the gun. he had enough time after the girl threw the girl down on the ground. He had enough time to run after the girl and cuff her and ask questions or what's going on later. They do that all the time where I'm at.
Right. And you know what? You know why they so scared? I believe that they have fear too, the officers, because they do
They
so
do.
much that we sick of it, and they put themselves in fear. If they don't make those choices that they make, they have no reason to fear. You could just do your job. But because y'all choose to, react this way, that's what's causing the fear.
Right. They need to run drills so they have the mental know how to get through it. Right. They need but they claim they're getting all the training they need, a proper training. They need. Remember back in the day, one of their training was the chokehold. Now those officers was using that chokehold in the wrong way to kill people off back in the day. Remember them back? It was stories at the stores of Black African men dying because of the chokehold. Matter of fact, it became popular and they had to stop doing that as their part of their training. Now, what type of training they doing now? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So no matter how much training they give, they still gonna do what they want to do. Period.
That's just the bottom line. I'm quite sure I'm not the only one that has law enforcement in your families. You can't make me believe that they do not have the proper training and know how to target. They know how they know the proper procedures. They know, you don't shoot to kill first. You only do that when you're in that predicament to have to.
Right. Meaning if she had a gun too, then by all means do what you gotta do. But by her having a knife still,
I understand. Yeah. See, my husband is in the background talking that they are trained shoot to kill. I get that. Yes, you are. But at the same token, you're not going to make that shoot to kill decision for every situation.
Right.
You're not going to do that.
Hold on, Felita's on here. Hey, Felita.
Hey,
Felita.
y'all.
Oh, look at the
Hey.
picture. I love it.
Thank you. Me and my granny.
Hey, Granny.
Yeah, y'all. This is just crazy. Man, when I say my head is hurt, my head is hurting. Yesterday, I was just so emotional yesterday. And I was telling Fifi, I said, girl, I said, I ain't never dropping kids off so fast. My nerves were so bad. I was just trying to get these kids home safely because I didn't know what the verdict was going to bring. But I was driving, and when I heard that he was found guilty, girl, I had to pull over. I just cried. Like yesterday, I just cried all day yesterday because I'm tired. I am so tired. And we as people, black people especially, we gotta stop this. Every other race can come together, but when it comes to us, like why do we have to have so much hatred, for each other? Like it's bad enough we got so many people against us as it is. Everybody else, they can come together, they can grow together, they can help each other. But when it comes to us, it's just so much hate. And y'all, when I say I'm tired, I am tired. I am so tired.
It's the truth. And then, it's like when stuff like this happen, then they want to we want to rally together and march down the street for Black Lives Matter. But soon as it dies down and go away, then we right back at attacking each other. It's like it only lasts for a moment. Why is that? It's crazy. And then everybody had to prepare to board up they businesses and all that stuff. But why are you tearing down? You claim we don't have anything as it is, but then you go and tear down your own stuff. Why?
And I was so terrified of that because 11 months ago, when George Floyd was murdered, man, they tore our city up. When I say that stuff is still tore up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I was just so terrified. And then I'm just tired of people, you know, I understand the frustration. I understand the anger, but like Lily said, why tear up your own community? Why? You know, people out here looting and stealing, like that is not okay. You know,
Mm-mm.
it's like
And it's not going to
when,
solve anything. What do
and it's
that
not.
prove? What do
Man,
it
one
prove?
thing that pisses me off, you know, people want to get out here and march when it's somebody from another race that kills a black person. But where is these marches when, you know, it's black on black crime? Where are you then? I'm sick of it. I am
Right.
sick of it. It's absolutely disgusting. Like we as a black people have to get it together. It starts us. Nobody else will respect us if we don't respect ourselves. Period.
Absolutely. And and
Like
and
they
and
become. I'm sorry.
no, and I want to know, what does it prove to break into these stores and and tear up, even if it is theirs? What does it prove? What is it going to solve? Because at the end of the day, you can't go in the stores and purchase anything because y'all done ramshacked everything. What does it solve? It's not solving the issue.
Right. And I see everybody come in unity when it comes to the police killings against black people. But one thing I hate is they don't even respect us because we don't even respect our own selves. We show more hatred one another, but we never display love for one another. You can say that you love this person now, but you will hate them the next minute to try to destroy everything that they try to build on their own, and or don't even try to help another person to be on a level that you're at. And that's why I'm trying to understand is like we can come in unity and we can preach all day long about Black Lives Matter, but in reality is when we can't even come together to start killing each other. You see what I'm saying? Stop trying
Exactly.
to hate between each other. What's the point of me hating another fellow brother or a fellow sister? For what? Why
Yeah.
waste why put all that energy into hatred when we could display and show love to one another and stop hating on another woman or stop hating another man for a come up? You know why black people, it take them so long for them to have a business to up and run and to gain 5 figures into a business? Because their own kind don't even share them out. Their own kind don't even support the black owned businesses. It's always the other races will help the black owned business because they see the prosperity in their own business. But it sucks when your own kind don't even see what you are grateful for. What's the purpose that you have for in this earth? Why you are the chosen one? Because your fellow person don't even want to see you win. And I'm tired of that too.
Yeah, they don't want to see you
Want
make a
to win.
dime more than them. And it's sad. They would literally step all over you just to make a dime. Look at the drug dealers even. Okay?
Right.
Because I'm quite sure every state and city has it, right? And they got to mark their corner. They all out there striving, trying to hustle for the same dollar. But they are not going to let you get a dime more than them or they will kill you. It's sad.
Exactly. Facts. Latanya said facts. Why I hate when we all got the same 24 hours to do what the next is doing. Exactly. I don't know why certain people feel like sometimes like it could be jealousy or envy because they don't, maybe because they don't like you, they don't want to see you win. Like
No, but
it
they don't even
doesn't
have to know
matter.
you. They don't have to know you. I'm quite sure these people, everybody don't know each other walking these streets,
Right.
right? But if that's why I use that drug as example on the corner. doing a thing, because not everybody knows each other. So, but because they don't want to see you get that next dollar in their pocket, they willing to kill you to get off their corner.
Right.
And Lori, that is so true. I get
Right.
irritated with that too. You know, I
Hey,
treat
Dom.
everybody how I want to be treated. I treat everybody how I want to be treated. And the thing is, you know, if you don't like a person, if you don't get along with a person, you know what I'm saying? Keep it moving. Why all the negativity? Why? It's people that I don't get along with, but I don't go out harassing people. I just ignore them and keep on moving. Like, why add fuel to the fire? You know, because
Yeah.
all they do is create drama. I hate drama. I'm not with the drama. People can exist and, you know what I'm saying, not deal with each other. It's not that
Right.
hard.
It's
It's
not
not
hard to
that hard.
coexist. It's not. But in order to coexist, you have to have compassion. And a person that has no compassion will never consider another individual. Period.
Right. And especially for the ones that don't love themselves, how they gonna demonstrate love for one another when they can't even love their own?
Yeah,
They don't love
it
themselves
starts
enough to.
within.
Right. They don't love themselves enough to grow. They don't love themselves enough to prosper and move on forward into whatever they got going, that God literally placing them in their hands, because they haven't figured it out, the true meaning of loving themselves, for them to demonstrate love to people around the world, or people in front of them, or people they even hate.
Right, because I don't care what religion you are.
Right.
If you are taught, and every religion is taught to love, right? But
Exactly.
yet nobody have it. Nobody shows it. They don't, exemplify it. They just don't.
And then one thing I'm tired of, seeing innocent children being involved, seeing children being killed over senseless crime because of grown people, overgrown men at that, putting their family in jeopardy over some stupidity, whether it's over drugs, money, envy, jealousy, or hatred. But you got innocent children involved that lose their life because of the situation. Like, that's, if you don't even care about yourself, at least care about the kids.
It used to be, even with gangs back in the day, it used to be, you don't mess. I don't care if you was enemies with your rival. You got that rivalry thing going on. It was always a rule that you don't involve the women and the children. No gang was allowed to disrespect their rivals' parents, their mothers, and it's a fact.
That is so true. But now, oh, I'm sorry, Lee. I thought you was
No,
done.
go ahead. It's because it's crazy out here. It's just crazy.
Right.
Go ahead.
It
I'm done.
is. And and it's so sad, that little girl in Chicago, she was at McDonald's with her father trying to get a meal, a Happy Meal. And they shot that car up and killed that poor baby. It's sad, but at the same time, like, people have to be careful of the choices they make, because the choices you make affects not only you but your family. You
Yeah.
you have to make a choice, either your family or these streets. There's no in between.
That's
There's
where
no
the
in
compassion
between,
coming at.
because people out here, they don't care. If they can't get to you, they gonna get to the next thing to you, the closest thing
Close to
to
you.
your
Yeah.
family, your kids. They don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this stuff gotta stop. I'm tired of it. Like, I'm telling you, my head is still hurt from yesterday. Like, it's sickening and it's sad. It's very sad.
Yeah, Lori, it was. You know, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Just the whole picture of it all, the whole thing.
I agree.
And I you know what? I'm starting to blame it on a lot of these the mothers, because and not in every situation, but I'm all right.
Not
This
only
is
just
why I say
mothers,
that.
these
This is why I
fatherless
say that.
fathers that don't, they recreate would procreate, whichever word it is.
Yeah, but
They're
this
out
is
here creating babies, but don't be actually fathers to these babies. That's a problem too.
right, because this
Fatherless
is why I
children.
say that, because back in the day, it used to be there wasn't no fathers around, raising the children. Now, and then it was the single mothers, right? And that's when you had the strong parent, their mothers, raising their children. It made them stronger. Now you don't even have the mothers raising their children. These kids are raising themselves. You know how many kids is in the foster system? It's crazy. And then what is it? 576,000 and the foster care system. And the system is already set up for us to fail, for our young Black men to fail. The jails is what was that?
Jails is already built. That's why they do the census.
Yeah, they do the census because the jails is built and designed for for us to be placed there.
For Spanish, blacks, they already build them. Due to the census.
Say what? Go ahead, join the panel.
Hi. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
This is Luke.
Hey, Luke.
I just was saying that the jails was already built before the kids is even born, because they already have us pegged as criminals from the rip. So, they built jails already before the kids is even born, because they already assumed the blacks is going to fill them up, and other nationalities, and they already got us, in the hole.
And they start at a young grade. They start them off with like elementary school.
Yeah, they do. This been going on for a long time.
And build the jails up for starting with middle school age kids, and they go by the census to determine how many is going to fill up that jail cell.
Yeah.
They have us pegged already. So why attack each other when we already being attacked?
Exactly. Praying for Miss Tonita and her family. She lost her granddaughter today. Well, her granddaughter, not today, but granddaughter passed away.
Oh wow, I'm sorry.
Sorry for your loss. I would definitely keep her and her family in my prayers.
Yes.
I'm so sick and tired of hearing kids passing
and this is what I'm saying. We have to stop it.
I work for the foster care system. I work for DHS, and I work with these kids, and for years. And these kids have no home to go to. A lot of these kids, even when we should travel, out of town, come in town like 2 or 3 in the morning, we used to see kids like 8, 9 years old asking to pump your gas. Can I pump your gas, mister? Can I pump your gas at 8 and 9, and even younger than that? And even working in that field, they don't have, the people they want to love them as their parents. So even if they send them to a foster home, they don't want that. They want the love from their mother or their father, their biological family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and a lot of them run away. They stay running away. You got to hunt them down. So a lot of them are raising themselves, pretty much. And then a lot of them been touched. A lot of them been, by their own family members and things of that nature. So these kids are traumatized early, and they out here raising themselves and trying to make it, and they don't know wrong from right. You know what I mean? The way they see it is the way they see it to survive. So if somebody's teaching them anything, the system to me is just another child, more money, for the state. So far as I'm concerned, they don't really care about really for the kid, because every kid's supposed to have a plan in place.
Right.
Rather than a goal. Are we trying to get this kid home? Are we trying to get this kid back, to their family? Are we trying to? What's the goal for the child? You know what I'm saying? Through the courts.
Kinship or whatever.
Yeah, they have to have a goal. You know what I'm saying? So like, they even cut back on coordinators. Like BS workers and stuff like that. You don't even see them out there no more. Even taking the kids
They
out.
don't know what a BS worker is.
Coordinators that work with kids, and they don't even know. Maybe just my thought.
I'm sorry.
They used to spend time with them. Take time out the day, take them to the movies, the library, things of that nature. Spend time with them, show them different aspects of life. You know what I mean? That's rarely even seen anymore. So it's a lot with these kids because you see them out here clear as day trying to sell drugs, and they don't know what they're doing. And that's why you see a lot of them getting killed up today, because they're raising themselves.
Right.
Because that's the only way they know how to make it. All they got to do is get it to the wrong element, and they pull them in, show them this fake love that they have for them. Before somebody real can get to them, like a person like you and I can show them some structure, whatever the case may be. They get a hold of the wrong element. It's easy to go left, that. And that's the way they grow up. And that's how they get caught up. You know what I mean? And so until the parents start really taking care of their responsibilities, this is the way this is going to be. As far as our young black men coming up, killing one another.
Right.
Yeah, but the topic at hand was she was showing the clip of the cop, that the officer that shot the 16-year-old girl that was trying to stab another girl, and it appeared that she was being jumped by the two girls.
Right.
And so, but the cop got out the car, and within 11 seconds he done shot the girl.
Right.
And
what I saw was a girl lunging. Now they showed this vaguely on my TV that the girl was lunging with the knife towards. I seen a girl on the ground. Now it looked like it was a girl.
That
in the
was
car.
the one she pushed first.
Right. Then I seen a girl in the car, and it looked like she was coming full force with the knife.
The one that had the knife was the one that pushed the girl on the ground.
Okay. And I see somebody on the car, and I see somebody in the knife lunging forward, and that's all I saw.
So do you think that he had enough time to tase that girl for her to drop that knife from stabbing that other girl?
I would have straight tased her from the rip. That would have been my first, because they're not coming at me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So they're coming at somebody. So I would have at least try to tase them first.
Okay, so what is your thought on the training of these officers? Are they trained to kill or to just to get a handle on the situation?
They're supposed to get a handle on the situation, and then all else fails. Yeah, they're trained to kill, center mass.
Right.
Period. They're supposed to, especially if you got cops around and you're not by yourself and it's cops around, like just say 3 or 4 or 5. There's some way they're supposed to be trained to diffuse the situation. But in that situation, I didn't see it where it was full force. They only showed in increments. They only showed in increments how it happened. So I can't really give you my full opinion on it, because
Felicia showed the clip.
Right. So all I seen was a knife lunging at a girl. So that still don't give him a reason to shoot her. But
exactly, because he had the chance. Like when he first came up there.
Was that a female that shot her, or was it a male cop?
It was a male cop.
Okay.
And right before the girl pushed the other girl down, I don't think she stabbed the other girl that had fell on the floor. Okay. He had an opportunity then to, football tackle somebody.
Yeah.
Football tackle her then to get rid of the knife then. But he pulled the gun within 5 seconds and told her to stop. But when you're enraged, you don't think.
You don't hear nothing.
And so he just shot her.
Wow.
Felicia, you want to play the clip again?
I would say
one more time.
I can if you want me to.
Sure, please.
Hold on, let me take. Hold on. Oh,
not
okay.
sure what that.
Hold it in position.
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
When officers arrived to Legion Lane off Chatterson Road in East Columbus. The officer, who hasn't been identified, arrives and you can hear him ask what's going on. You don't hear him on the body cam video identify himself as a police officer. Now take a look at the girl in the black shirt near the car closest to the garage.
The one with the black shirt, the one that's closer to the car, that's the girl that had the knife. I looked like a fight was breaking out, and like she threw the first punch, but I'm not really sure on my end. You know, I'm four-eyed, so so it may look different to y'all, but
That's Micaiah Bryant. This is 6 seconds into the body camera video. It appears she lunges at one of the other girls, pushing her to the ground. The officer then pulls out his gun and
within seconds. Okay, so you see how that amount of time he had,
and look at his aim.
Right.
The girl on the ground.
The girl that she pushed on the ground, and the girl with the knife pushed the girl on the ground, but the amount of seconds that he wasted of getting that gun, he could have handled the girl that pushed the girl on the ground.
Right. Is that the girl over there in like on the top left-hand corner that has the knife?
Yes, by the car.
Okay, so was she lunging to go towards the next female?
Not yet.
Okay.
They finna show that next.
Okay.
the other girls, pushing her to the ground. The officer then pulls out his gun and shouts to get down. Bryant then
Now, when he pulled his gun out, now then she was going towards the other girl with the knife in her hand.
Okay.
But all that time being wasted.
Okay.
Matter of fact, she went in front of him. It looked like she went in front of him went over that girl that was on the ground to get to the girl in the pink. You could have stopped her then. You seen that? Hold on, let's go back.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Watch this.
gun and shouts to get down.
You see that? Look how close she is to him. He could have grabbed her pants, a shirt, or something with his hands.
Mm-hmm.
But instead,
this is the girl here. That's the knife right here.
Yeah, the girl with the black shirt with her bra showing.
I see it. Okay.
The officer then pulls out his gun and shouts to get down. Bryant then gets up and approaches a second girl in pink. You can see.
And I don't know what that man in the right doing, kicking and stuff.
Yeah, he's kicking a girl.
I guess he don't want her to get up and go back towards the girl with the knife. He must have been with the girl with the knife.
Exactly.
So she'll be able. They won't be able to jump her.
Right. Exactly.
You know.
That's exactly what it is. Go ahead.
Yeah, but he could have handled it better than kicking the girl down.
Yeah, that's totally wrong. We know that.
See, Bryant pulls back her own arm and it appears she has a knife in her right hand. The officer fires his gun. That's 11 seconds after he arrived at the scene.
11 seconds.
It's a long time.
CC.
He could have handled that a lot better.
After the shots were fired, you can hear the officer say, the body camera video shows officers go to Bryant's side and check for injuries after she falls against the lighter car. Local for you, Karina Chung, NBC4.
Wow.
It looked like that dude that was kicking that other girl, he was yelling at the cops. So if he would have moved out his lane, he would have got shot next. To be honest.
See the girl in the pink hiding behind that
it
car.
was some time in between time, but when you know, when a lot of chaos is going on and a lot of ruckus is going on, that don't excuse what he did whatsoever, because they trained to handle things in certain ways. But in real time like that, you know, I don't know what was on his mind. You know what I mean? It's sad at the end of the day because somebody lost their life. Wow. Do you believe that if he hadn't, do you believe that that girl would have got a chance to stab that girl? And he did what he did. I mean, we know he should have used a taser, but do you believe that the other girl would have got stabbed?
I believe that if when he first got to the scene and he seen that the girl pushed the girl on the ground, he had the opportunity to tase her then before she even pulled out a knife to stab the girl in pink.
Right, I get that, but at this, I'm saying at this point, that what we saw her about to stab this girl at this point, do you believe that had he shot her, that she would have stabbed the other girl and possibly killed her?
It looked like she would have, but she was hesitant. You could tell she was hesitant, like she didn't want to do it at first. Because she wanted to kill somebody, she would have been done before the police got there. She waited
because
there.
her hand motion wasn't quick enough. It was,
right.
It was like in slow mode. So it didn't look like she really wanted to stab her. Now,
she was just trying to be big and bad.
Yeah, I believe she would have. But I don't think that she was, you know, like really that geared up to stab her.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, you think she may would have just poked her?
Right. She would have, you know, it wouldn't have been no
Full
harm.
force.
Right.
Right.
Well, the only thing that's between the shooting and all this going on is the taser. Or like you said, had he thought like we're thinking, but we wasn't there in real time, so we could sit back and say how we, you know, just that and the other. But there was a lot of commotion going on. Shooting was the last that's the last resort. So like you said, you know, maybe he had time to tackle the girl. I don't know. You know, certain things could have been handled differently, but it happened. It looked like it happened fast to me. So I don't know. But tasing, you could have tackled her.
Yeah, but the taser is closer to him to reach for even.
And they have it right in front of them. It's like taser's a joke to them. Like they really don't want to, you know, tase anybody. It makes them look like weak or something. Because ain't nobody tasing anyone anymore. They still just shooting.
Right. They shoot first and ask questions later.
Right. So the taser, I don't understand why they wearing a taser when they're never using it.
But any other time, the cop would run against you, will football tackle you to the ground to get rid of the knife. I've seen a lot of that happen before with adults.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
even with a baton.
That guy was too lazy to do anything, so his first action was to pull a gun.
Yeah, even with a baton, they used to hit you on
right
inside the head or something. Or hit you in the knees, you know, make you fall. You know what I mean? That's a way. At least they still be living.
Exactly, but unfortunately, in this situation, she's gone, and it's sad.
Now,
hey, like mother, like daughter eats her. Yeah.
Hey, Cece, I don't know if she heard.
And the other ones that was in a fight with them, they probably feeling really bad about it. Because that's, you know, nobody wants to lose their life. I'm pretty sure they feeling the sting of it. You know, that it had to escalate to that point.
Right.
They probably thought that wasn't gonna happen because it wasn't cop against, you know, the civilians. It was civilian against civilian. And the cop did it. So they probably had no idea that a cop was going to pull out his revolver and shoot.
And then now they want to be out there with Black Lives Matter out there again, once again.
Yeah.
But what was Black Lives Matter when y'all was about to stab each other to death and fight each other out there?
Right. And then the two girls that was trying to jump her.
Right.
You know, it's like they didn't even, apparently it wasn't on their mind that they, you know, was a possibility of being stabbed. You know, y'all in the moment of trying to be, you know, Billy Bad behind, you know, not knowing that this girl was going to pull this out on you, you know, it just it's all crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, I think I held up your panel enough. I'm gonna jump down. Thank you for having me.
Thank y'all for coming up, and because I'm about to end this live anyway.
Yeah.
All right, Felicia. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for coming up too, Felita.
All right.
But yeah, it's crazy. When the Black Lives gonna stop, or it don't have to necessarily be race. When y'all gonna just stop hating on each other, period? I don't care if you black, white, Indian, whatever race you are. Just stop hating on the next person. That's got to stop for one. Everybody is destined for greatness, okay? Everybody's have a way to win. If you see somebody else struggling, you should be there to help them through their process to get back up. Not talk bad about them or put them down because you feel like they beneath you. But when that's gonna stop too as well. I feel like the jealousy and the hatred should stop here. And if y'all don't learn nothing from this live stream, then you will never learn. It starts with self first, self-love first, love yourself first. You don't look for love in no man. Don't look for love for no woman. Love yourself first, okay? So you can be able to portray love for the whole world. With that being said, thank y'all for coming in. Don't forget to follow me on all of my social media sites. And don't forget to do what, y'all? Share me out. Share me out. Share your girl out on all social media platforms. And also, if you want to thrive with me, the link is above. Just click the link and find out more information about that. I'm so excited about what this channel has in store with me, and I'm looking forward to collaborate with anybody on here on this platform. Just DM me on Instagram or shoot me an email. All my information is in the description box. Until next time, you'll see me in another live stream. Peace. Or a video. Peace.
Life is what you make it. My shit been amazing. I can't see a way out. I've been stacking face down off canvases I painted. I just spent the rain day on shit I can't afford, but that's the price I pay for the memory.